Namaste, my fellow strikers. Holy Materia here, back with another Shinobi Striker video. Today we're going to be talking about a new healer build and talking a little bit about the patch notes. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the 2.32 patch is a little funny because they've buffed all of Itachi's jutsu. Both of his ninjutsu and his secret technique got a buff. As if this was like a bad DLC or people were disappointed in Itachi. Like, this was one of the most hyped DLC to ever come out. Nobody has complained that it's too weak. Yet they buffed all his moves. Like, I'm not complaining, but it's funny that they would do that with Itachi and not buff Sakura when she was like unanimously like not good. But they didn't buff like all her stuff after, and they already buffed all Itachi's moves after his first patch notes. Like, granted, some of these buffs aren't that crucial, but the one that we're going to be using today with the Yasaka beads, it's a big buff. Like, it makes a huge difference. I haven't tested out the stuff with the Izanami and the Tsukuyomi yet, but I'll get to that later. Another good thing is that they changed the Asuma knuckle knives, trying to make it so that people can't do like the infinite combo anymore. I heard that it's still possible, but it's harder to set up now. So even that is enough to, I think, discourage most people from using it, because the kind of people that run stuff like that, like exploits, they're not usually good players, and they usually use that as a crutch. So if it's harder to do, most of them won't run it anymore. So we probably will see a lot less of that Asuma knuckle knives nonsense. So that's a good thing. I'll talk more about the other patch notes in another video, but yeah, so let's get to the build that we're going to be talking about today. So this is a new base build for healers. It's been working really well for me. Like, most of the matches I played with this build, somehow I just didn't even die. I didn't even realize that I wasn't dying. But yeah, I just been surviving with this build. So the ninjutsu are the Yasaka beads and the summoning slug. Then I'm running the regular shadow clone, but you can change up your shadow clone if you want, and the supermassive Rasen shuriken. You can change up your ult. I tried it with the solid fog, and there are actually a lot of healer alts that are good on base battle, but I just like to have something that's so, like, this is definitely clearing the base no matter what. Like, there are other healer alts that people can, they can get away from, and it's not so crucial, but like this ult is every game mode is a good ult no matter what. And I was getting it at least twice a match because of my clothing perks. So speaking of the clothing perks, we'll be running First Blood for the top, that boosts secret technique gauge charge speed, and Armed and Dangerous for the bottom, which reduces ninja tool cooldown time. This is what I was running, and this is probably what helped me survive, but you can also change it to Clear Mind so that you get your ninjutsu back faster, and you'll have your Yasaka beads more often. But yeah, actually, now that because I actually thought I had on Clear Mind while I was playing, but now that I'm looking at this is why I was surviving so much. Yeah, I always run it like this on base battle, so I have more heals. And then Battle Harden is just almost always my go-to accessory. Refills health after you get a KO. And then for the weapon, we're running the Sakura Naginata, but you can change that up. And also, probably if you got that new umbrella, that's better, so you can run that. Healing Seal for sure for the ninja tool. That just helps with the survivability, but you could change that up, but it won't be like this kind of like survival build like the way I was able to survive with it. And yeah, so the big thing with the Yasaka beads is that they change it so that you can combo it, and they get hit with both things. So if you hit them with the first part, the initial part, before, they would just fall flat on the ground, and then the beads would circle back around and come back, and it would land on them, but they'd still be stunned and invincible, so they wouldn't get hit by it. But now, when you hit people with the initial activation of the Susanoo, they get knocked back. So that already makes it better for base, that it knocks people away from the base. And then when they get knocked back, they'll also get hit with the Yasaka beads. So yeah, that makes just the Yasaka beads crucial in general, but even better on something like base battle. And then with the summoning slug, like, not only does that help keep all your teammates and yourself alive on the bases, and you can also leave that and go to a different base and leave it for your teammates, but the debuff combined with the power of the Yasaka beads is crazy. It does half health. It takes away half the health of a range type. Like, if you look at this, like, this range type had half his health and he's just gone. So it might even take a little bit more than, or it could even take more than half. It takes at least half of a range type's health if they're debuffed by the slug and they get hit with the Yasaka bead. So it's crazy. In this build, it helps you survive because you have the defense with the Yasaka bead, you have all the heals with the summoning slug, and your healing seal. So yeah, this build was just working really well, and because I was planning on using the Yasaka beads with the water pillar, but then I was like, let me stop using water pillar as a crutch and try something new. And this build worked out a lot better than I thought it would. And then of course with the massive Rasen Shuriken, it's a great move on base because everybody's always grouped up on base battles, so you can kill a lot of people with that, and then like cap that base for free basically after they're all gone. And at the very least, it will clear the base. Like people have to run from it, and so even if you don't hit everybody, they at least are away from the base for a while, and it can help your teammates cap it. And it's also a global heal and gives your teammates their ninjutsu back. So yeah, it's just crucial for base battle. I just always run the normal shadow clone with my on my healers, but you can use like that explosive shadow clone from Itachi. That's just a really cool thing to use on base because of the blast radius. But I'm just so used to using shadow clones with my healer because I'm always getting jumped as a healer even on base battle. So I like to have my sub more often. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this build. Let me know what you guys think about it if you try it. Don't forget to Shinobi strike that like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace and love.